Well, you know how she tends
We're
to like...
almost at go. 10 seconds.
Off you blow.
Cartoon sound effect check, please.
6,
Press A
5,
to
Go to black?
Go ahead and touch
3.
someone with other people's fingers.
Hello, I'm Cookie Masterson, and I'm making thousands of dollars a week stuffing envelopes at home. Did you want to play alone, or did you get stood up again? And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Maggot World, your one-stop maggot superstore, now selling groceries.
And so it begins. Right off the top, snakes on a vacation. If Samuel L. Jackson were having a bad camping trip in the Snake River Plain, what might he say? I'm sick of this motherfucking Snake River Plain in motherfucking Idaho. I'm sick of this motherfucking Snake River Plain in motherfucking Colorado. I'm sick of this motherfucking Snake River Plain in motherfucking Texas. Or, The Snake River Plain is a geologic feature that stretches across Idaho and into Wyoming. Hollywood loves putting giant snakes into movies, like Snakes on a Plane, or Anaconda, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the final scene of Boogie Nights. Open wide for board games.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right.
And I'm adding $1,000 for a correct answer on this one. Arrange these board games based on the number of spaces on their boards from fewest spaces to most spaces. Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, Clue. Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, Clue. Monopoly, Clue, Chutes and Ladders, Chutes and Ladders, Monopoly, Clue. You should stick to Candyland. Or thumb twiddling. It's so obvious. There are 40 spaces on a Monopoly board, 100 spaces on a Chutes and Ladders board, and depending on which version of Clue you have, there is some number of spaces that's well over 100. And counting the number of spaces in board games is slightly more fun than actually playing Monopoly. Here's a good one. The Frog Prince Diaries. If the Frog Prince implemented the principles in Machiavelli's treatise The Prince, what would be his first approach in acquiring power? Orchestrate a war to get a kiss? Employ diplomatic tactics to get a kiss? Rely on laws to get a kiss? Or blackmail girls to get a kiss? Machiavelli believed that in order to create a strong state, a prince must first have a fundamentally strong military. This was outlined further in Machiavelli's best-selling advice book, He's Just Not That Into You, but by using deceitful political tactics, you will rise in power and favor.
Everybody quattro, hey!
Why not try fancy White House grub? And it's time for a this or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one, tell me if it's a 2010 White House Correspondents' Dinner menu item, or a flavor of Fancy Feast cat food. If it's a White House menu item, press the square button. If it's a Fancy Feast, press your circle button. Get one right and you'll be the commander-in-chief with $300. Get one wrong and you'll lose one of your 9 lives and $300. And you've only got 30 seconds. It's time for the ultimate taste test. Cool, let's do it. Flaked salmon and ocean whitefish. Minced turkey. Roasted halibut. Savory salmon. General crab sliced beef. Herb-crusted petite. You did okay, but you could have used some gravy. Fancy Feast was also the only thing Dick Cheney ever ate in his tenure.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Up next, ouch, right in the Tchaikovskys. In a production of The Nutcracker, which of these ballet moves would be most likely to crack the Nutcracker's nuts? Pas de chat, pirouettes, grand battement, or first position? A grand battement is when one leg is kept straight and lifted as high as possible in the air. A sure hazard for any male ballet dancer's unprotected walnuts. Also sure to be the best part of the ballet. Round 1 is in the books. And surprisingly, you're doing pretty well. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And don't forget, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. Okay, let's see what's next. Bucker up for yarnography. Because it's the name of a clothes-making tool, how might a Jenny McCarthy spread be titled in a special clothed edition of Playboy? Yarning Jenny, Sewing Jenny, Swinging Jenny, or Spinning Jenny? Sewing Jenny? Maybe you're thinking of a sewing machine? Correct answer, show yourself. A spinning jenny is a machine used for producing yarn or cotton. I was told to make a smarmy comment about yarn production, but I find it nearly impossible.
Question 7.
May I introduce Cast Away From Here? Because it's about being stranded alone on an island, which FedExed book would have given the most comfort to Tom Hanks' character in Castaway? Hatchet, Lord of the Flies, The Island... Smart people choose this. The other novels involve multiple characters on an island, but Hatchet is about a boy who's stranded on an island with only his thoughts and, well, a hatchet. And he starts talking to the hatchet, and then it sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and he cries, and that's when you realize the book's been going on for well over 2 hours, and it's getting kinda old. Lord of the Flies would be a bad choice for many reasons. But speaking of flies, you've just won some baby flies in the form of a maggot farm from Maggot World. Because seriously, what makes ants think they're so damn special? This wrong answer of the game has earned you a sweet 8,000 clams. Well done.
Plucking chickens, picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
This one's called OMG, I got my GED. Okay, so I finally decided to go back to school. Thanks to online courses, I'm ready to start my career in the exciting world of cryptozoology. I think I want my money back. Which one of these classes would I need to take for my online degree in cryptozoology? Intro to Mummies, Contemporary House Cats, Sasquatch 101, or Dinosaurs of the World? I'm going to start the embalming process by sucking out some cash through your nose. Let me show you something. In a cryptozoology class, I would be studying Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, or any other creature whose existence is unproven. Just got the syllabus for my first cryptozoology class. Looks like my first semester will deal primarily with explaining and justifying getting a degree in cryptozoology.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, if I die.
Here's one I like to call a dead freelance writer. Considering the subject matter he wrote about, which magazine would Roman author Ovid be best equipped to work for? Playboy, Rolling Stone, Us Weekly, or Mad? Yes, Ovid peppered his writing with terrible pun names like Julius Caesar and Boner's The Iliad. Want to see the right answer? Known for his erotic poetry, Ovid would fit in with Playboy. But obviously it doesn't make sense that Ovid would write for Playboy. Everyone knows he hasn't talked to Hugh Hefner since they were college roommates and had a falling out.
Hold me, never let me go. Am I dreaming? Question time.
Here we have antiquated antiques. In what year could Radio Shack have upgraded to Satellite Radio Shack? 1985, 1992, 1999, or 2004? Party over. Oops, out of time. Here's what you meant to pick. Satellite radio is given the green light by the FCC in 1992. If you want to hang out for a few minutes, I can check and see if we have any in the back. Welcome to the attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X button. 4,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 4,000 if you're wrong. And of course,
remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. I hate all three of you. Keep your friends close and your enemies in groups of 3. Good luck. There it is! I wrote a haiku for you, but since you only did about half as well as someone who would really deserve a personalized haiku, I'm only going to give you half the syllables, in no particular order. Small avoir, no spare vita, poop, collab.